this might be a tough decision right now.
My team did
not just
absolutely garbage.
NFL games that were like,
Right.
whoa.
I actually don't
Had
understand.
a lot of mixed feelings.
Welcome, Disgruntled. We have another guest here on the Legal Domains.
Let's see how this looks, dude. I'm sitting so low. All right. So if you
Low.
if
Yeah,
you-
you're fucking. I'm taller.
shut the fuck up. No one cares. So if you can see, we added some new things to the wall, and I think
They
it
don't
looks-
care.
Yeah, they do, bro. They care
Maybe they do.
so much that they're going to subscribe, and we're going to jump to 1 million subscribers on Disgruntled. So what are we doing in this podcast? What are we
I
talking
can't
about?
do this anymore. I actually have to leave.
Okay, bye. Bye. No one. Bye.
I'm too emotional, Caleb.
Why? Why are you emotional? Huh? Bye. Wait, come back. I need you.
Fuck you, Root.
That was partially not my fault. Spreadsheet.
Packing up.
What are you pack? No. Bro.
Too emotional to do this podcast.
Bro, I spent like
Too
15
emotional.
I've spent 15 minutes setting up this for you just to take it down in 5. What are you emotional about, huh?
There's not a football game
Oh my god.
next Sunday,
I'm
or
leaving.
the Sunday after that,
Bro.
or the Sunday after.
Oh my
that?
god.
We have to wait
Let's leave. Let's just leave.
till the preseason, and everyone hates preseason. I mean,
Dude.
everyone gets excited for it, then they watch it. It's like, oh yeah, there's a reason we don't watch these games.
Bro, this is our last episode together of the entire year. This is the last episode of the 2021-2022 season.
That's not true. We'll probably do some draft specials or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not for
Oh,
another
wait, yeah,
like 3
of
months.
this season. You're right.
Yeah.
No, the draft is sooner than
April.
that. Yeah.
That's like 3 months.
April is not 3
February.
months. We're like 1.5 months
Yeah.
away. You're exaggerating.
But yeah, wait, what episode is this? Last episode was so fucking long. It was an hour and 22 minutes because I think the majority of that episode we just fucking talked about coaches. Or I just fucking talked about coaches.
Yeah, for no reason.
Dude, they fucking want to know about the new coaching
No one
hires.
wants to know that.
Like how Sean Payton officially retired, so the coach that was this coach of last year for the
Why are you
Saints
still talking
is
about it?
officially the coach for this year. Well, because I've been the last 3 podcasts. Why did you do that? What? I'm trying to figure out what podcast episode we're on, and
Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna play.
it's
Quordle.
75. Oh, 75. Fucking Wordle.
No, Quordle.
Oh, Quordle. Fucking smart guy over here.
What should be my
doing
first word, guys?
words.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Was it good?
audience. I got a couple greens, couple yellows.
Bro, I'm on a 4-day streak. Fucking the words are fucking insane. Or insanely stupid. They're like fucking like quail. Like what the fuck?
Oh shit! I haven't done my Phoebe Bridgers Wordle.
What the fuck? There's a specific Wordle for
There's so
Phoebe.
many different ones that Sophia showed me. Like
Really? What the
Connor
fuck?
Oberst.
I know Phoebe Bridgers kind of blew up last year, but I didn't realize that she blew up that much that there would be a Wordle.
Dude,
Wordle
her
about
audience is too dedicated. You should have been at the concert. They were crazy.
Honestly, that's one concert that I do regret going after. Or not going after, going to. I don't even know how to fucking speak English.
All right. For the Phoebe Bridgers Wordle, what's the first word?
I don't fucking know song. So,
You don't know any?
I mean, like,
There's Kyoto.
oh, I'm so bad with names, let alone, like,
I'm
knowing.
gonna look into it. Any 5-letter words. Let's
So,
see.
Dennis Allen is the head coach of the Saints. That's the name he
No one
replaced.
cares about that.
Dude, I've been covering every single fucking coach, and there was one more coach that I saw, but I didn't fucking save. I forget which one it is. Minnesota coach. Minnesota just hired a new coach. Minnesota. How do you spell Minnesota
Shit, I've
Vikings?
been playing music this whole time.
Gotta get that Spotify.
Yo,
Minutes
my
up.
Spotify minutes so far this year. You have no idea.
Kevin O'Connell is the new head coach of the Vikings, and I think that's
Good on him.
That's probably the last of any head coach that we'll probably see. or talk of we'll probably
Yeah,
see in a while because I feel like we already went over most. Dude, we've been recording for 5 minutes and we haven't even fucking.
I mean, what is there to talk about?
The Super Bowl, bitch. You're just a
I'm trying to do the Phoebe Bridgers Wordle.
What did you guess so far?
Steam. Maple.
Wait, does it have to be a song? Or
I don't know. It's just like it's in the lyrics at some point. Which
well, that could be, like,
anything.
yeah.
So like, what's the point of doing a specific Wordle if they have so many words?
I mean, quail is probably not in it.
So true, dude.
Or Eagles. Why the fuck would she be singing about the Eagles? The football team or the band? Maybe she's a fan of the band or the sports team. Who knows?
You're right.
But do you wanna go to the Super Bowl recap?
No, I have to figure this out first.
Well, that's gonna take you like fucking forever.
Wow, you don't trust me.
Yeah, I don't trust you because you fucking
Wow.
suck at Wordle. Do you still have your day streak?
Of course.
What is it at? Go tell the audience about your 50-day streak on Wordle.
They don't want to know.
Yeah, they do. Well,
And if they wanted to know,
you already spent
then
10
they would know that it is
It is what, huh?
32.
You just 32.
Actually, that's wrong. They missed one of my days. I think when they transferred to New York Times, it skipped over one of the games for some reason. I'm pretty sure I'm at 33 because I went back and counted.
But it still has it as long as your like streak's still
Oh
activated.
yeah. I haven't lost. I haven't lost.
Yeah, 32.
I haven't lost.
Well, shut the fuck up. Say the stats while you're at it.
God.
Well, cause you
I'm trying to do my Phoebe Bridgers.
Bro, you've been fucking.
I haven't gotten it on the first try yet, but I've gotten it on the second try 3 times, the third try 10 times, the fourth try 8 times, the fifth try 9 times, and the sixth try 2 times.
Damn.
So I come to sudden death twice.
Dude, you want to know my stats? My stats are fucking way more like insane than yours.
I believe it.
So I just looked up Wordle and now I'm clicking on the app.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 4-day streak going right now. I'm a 71% win percentage. 0 on the first try, 0 on the second try, 1 on the third try, 0 on the fourth try, 2 on the fifth try, and 2 on the sixth try. I'm so fucking insane. Okay, can we stop talking about Wordle? Dude, it's fucking 7.5 minutes in, and we haven't even fucking talked about the Super Bowl and or the MVP awards. Can we just?
I mean, what happened with those though? Like nothing.
Look, it's true, but it's our job to fucking go over it because we're making bank.
I'm just too sad to end this season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or are you too focused on
Jamie? It is. Okay.
Yeah,
I got it,
bitch.
so we can talk about it. Damn.
Oh my god, that took you literally 5 years to get that word.
If you had helped, then it would have taken 10 years.
Wow.
So
how many tries did you get?
It was like 4.
Is it like a daily thing or is it just
it's
like
a daily Wordle.
Okay. Can you do it unlimited times or is it just strictly
I
like
don't think they have a practice.
Yeah. Okay, so can we finally go into the sports?
Damn, dude. Just skip over that whole thing if you really want.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
joking.
God.
That was a nice piece because that was like, more personal segment. I feel like we don't really get personal on this podcast.
Nothing about that was revealing.
Yeah, it was. It shows that you're a fan of Wordle and that you're a fucking nerd having your fucking 85-day win streak.
I'm not a nerd. I'm just naturally smart.
Or you're just a little bitch for words.
A bitch for words. Dude, I don't even read. Like, I don't remember the last time I read.
Honestly, same. Name a time when I read in general. You
I
can't.
read the textbooks for classes. I should, but I can't.
Dude, bro,
I
fucking
can't-
no one
I can't
read.
bring myself to do it. At the beginning of every semester, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to read this. I actually want to learn this, and then I never read it.
Dude, that's literally the story of every single fucking college student in the entire world. No one fucking.
I actually care about what I'm learning, so just read it and get over it. And then they talk about it in class. And I'm like, oh, if they're just going to talk about it here, then I'm not going to read.
Bro,
And then later down the line, I regret it.
why the fuck do they even like make us read textbooks? I have no.
Ridiculous.
Shut the fuck up. All right,
What?
so I don't even know. I'm sorry. That was like passive aggressive for no
So
apparent
here's the
reason.
thing about the Super Bowl is that I was watching with a Broncos fan and an Eagles fan, and when the Bengals lost, they acted like it was worse than either of their two teams were losing. They were so annoying. It was gross. Anyways, so the Rams won is what I'm trying to get to, which they deserved it more.
Okay, one, I would have been in tears and I would have been crying in a corner if the Eagles lost. I would go into my room, block my door. You wouldn't be even able to talk to me for the next week. Secondly, the Bengals should have won that fucking game. Why didn't they fucking win that game? What the point of all the Joe
He got
Burrow
sacked
hype?
8 times.
Bro, Burrow hype for nothing. I wasted
That's
my
what I'm
time and
saying.
energy on nothing.
That's what I was
He's a
saying.
little bitch.
Okay, well.
I'm joking.
He's a good quarterback, but people were like too high of expectations on him. He's surrounded by a lot of really good players in the running back and wide receiver positions. Tight end could be improved, but I like who's there right now. It's just the O-line. Like, whenever they play against mediocre defenses, at least on the front four, Joe Burrow is lighting it up because he has some of the best offensive weapons in the game. But as soon as they get through, like, he does a good job scrambling and he does a good job, like, throwing on the run. But it's not ideal, and you can't keep it up throughout the course of an entire game. No quarterback, I really think, can do that. I mean, I applaud him for getting the team all the way to the Super Bowl under those conditions. The only other quarterback I can really think of who, like, went through as bad as an offensive line as he did so early in his career was, like, Andrew Luck. But he was throwing to, like, no one other than Reggie for a bit, and then T.Y. Hilton. Everyone else was, like...
Yeah, and even then, he only got...
at the beginning of T.Y. Hilton wasn't, like, amazing.
Yeah, I feel like he just got one season for T.Y. Hilton.
And he had no rushing help at all.
Yeah.
Whereas Joe Mixon is a stud. And why they use... I don't know his name. Perrine? Why they use him in the final play makes no sense. Well, it wasn't the final play. Regardless. It was the one where Aaron Donald... You're not getting that first down.
Let's
Get
go.
back over here. That was crazy.
Yeah.
The strength is insane.
And this reminds me a lot of Patrick Mahomes and his offensive line last year when the Bucs destroyed the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And Patrick Mahomes was running all over the place. Chiefs ended up getting destroyed 30-something to 9, I think. But that just reminded me of this Super Bowl. But honestly, I don't know how Joe Burrow made it this far. Year 2, his second full season or first full season.
Great coaching as well.
Great coaching, but honestly, the Bengals defense is no joke. That's probably what got him there, except for Eli Apple. Fuck Eli Apple. Just joking, but like Eli Apple got burnt a few times by Cooper Kupp, but that Bengals defense is for real. That Bengals offense is for real, and I think if they had a half-decent offensive line, then they would have won the Super Bowl because... Very last play, Jamar Chase was running wide open for a touchdown. And if Joe Burrow had half a second, the game would have been over. And it would have been Bengals ball. Or Bengals win. Bengals win the Super Bowl. Last second play to win it. Oh, without an offensive line, that did not happen.
You want to know something?
What?
Breaking news. Actually, I don't know how breaking it really is, but... Aaron Rodgers is single again. Broke up with Shailene Woodley, the actress. They were engaged.
Really? Damn.
And they broke it off.
Does Rodgers have any kids or no?
A week after getting MVP.
Really? Damn.
Can't have it all.
Even the greatest have relationship issues.
He is not a father. At least
that we know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's a father. Or at least he could be hiding. Could be pulling a Drake, trying to hide his kid from the world when the world can't hide from the kid.
That's some drama insight, but I'm just going to do a speed run of this, of kind of what the predictions that we had, and then we could probably, unless if you want to say any more about the Super Bowl, like any like storylines. But I just wanted to go over the predictions real quick before we dive into the
I
awards.
did great.
Yeah, so Titus ended up winning this playoff
as we all knew
tournament. Shut the fuck up.
You chose the Bengals.
Like, yeah, because I wanted to fucking blow you out. I didn't want to win by 2 points. I didn't want to win by 3 points. I wanted to fucking dominate you, and you fucking ended up dominating me.
You wanted to dominate me?
Shut the fuck up. So I predicted the Bengals. You predicted the Rams. I predicted a score of 30-24. You predicted a score of 28-3. I predicted the Bengals, so yeah,
28-3.
Yeah, 28. I mean 28-23.
you imagine that?
That would be insane. But you were close with the 23 points for the Rams, and I was close with 24 points for the Rams. Or you were close with 23 for the Bengals, I mean, and I was close with 24 for the Bengals.
Yeah.
Or for the Rams.
Yeah.
Long day. But I guess Joe Burrow with the most passing yards for this game, you guessed Matthew Stafford. You were correct. I guess
Matthew Stafford was throwing that ball. Let me tell you something about those 2 interceptions that everyone wants to point out. All right. One was basically a punt. It was like towards the end of the first half. He just like launched that thing. He was like, you know what? If they get it, whatever. If I get a touchdown, though, I'll go down in history as the greatest quarterback of all time. Basically, that was the decision making.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got picked off there. Whatever. The other one bounced off his receiver's hands, and the defender was right there, but he threw it perfectly right into those hands. But it just. So had it not been for those, it would be a different story. His passer rating would have been better. Joe Burrow was when we look at turnovers, he was basically flawless. Some really great throws that made it look like he was a veteran. But at the same time, yeah, there were just some throws that were just a bit off the mark, but, didn't cause any turnovers. So he was playing it. I felt like he was almost playing it safe. We didn't see too many, long balls, And the only one we really did see was on an offensive pass interference that didn't get called. So you tell me.
Yeah.
Receiving yards.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, yeah.
I just wanted to talk about Matthew Stafford a little bit. Sorry.
Okay, go for it.
Matthew Stafford was 65%, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and then 89.9 QBR rating or passer rating. And I did not know this, but I saw this stat during the Super Bowl. But he tied Trevor Lawrence for the most intercepted or most most interception by a quarterback this season for the 2021-2022 season.
Wait, including post?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I think it was just a regular season where he had 17 total interceptions. Yeah, so his interception, even though it, like you said, it most likely wasn't not his fault for the interceptions, but somehow he just keeps getting picked left and right. And yeah, it was regular season because it shows just his regular season stats.
Okay.
And I was just going to ask you, what do you think of Matthew Stafford winning the Super Bowl? Because I knew you were rooting for him, and not rooting for him, but wanting Matthew Stafford to win.
Rooting for him, absolutely.
Because with the whole Detroit thing and not being from Michigan, but
I got family there.
Yeah, you got family in Michigan.
How can you not respect Matthew Stafford after all he's been through? He had arguably one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, but the organization pushed him away. And he had to retire too early because of it. They didn't surround him with enough backup. It was just Stafford Johnson for all those years. And then once Johnson was out, they were like, well, that sucks. We're just going to keep being shitty. And now, he's in LA. The weather's warmer. The people don't care as much about that team. So, he's used to that much. There's not a lot of Lions fans left who really are that invested, I will say. But, he was coming into a team that had the potential to go to the Super Bowl, as they had already gone to the Super Bowl. And so he knew that he was the missing piece to the puzzle. And he wasn't going to let himself fall short. Everyone was saying, quarterback's the missing piece of the puzzle of the Rams. So he wasn't gonna lose in the NFC Championship game or any time before, because everyone's expectations were Super Bowl. And he got there. Took that team back. And then they got lucky and faced the Bengals. So
Yes.
Yeah, have to play the Chiefs, and the rest is history.
I know I was rooting for Matthew Stafford, and I honestly, it made at the beginning of this podcast, it made me look like I was rooting for the Bengals, which I was hardcore, but I honestly didn't care as much. This was one of the first Super Bowls where I just didn't really care who won, because I was kind of rooting for either or. If the Rams won, I was rooting for Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald, and if the Bengals won, I was rooting for Joe Burrow. So Like, either way, like, I didn't really care who won. But it was a really nice story with Matthew Stafford winning. I am a big fan. Like, how can you not like that guy, you know? Why the fuck do you...
What?
Never mind. You're just looking around like a
I am
goon.
looking around.
Fucking
I'm
goon.
enjoying the environment. You know?
Thank you. I don't know why I said thank you there, but I guess we can...
Yeah,
So I guessed Jamar Chase for most receiving yards in this game. Why the fuck? Why the fuck did you laugh there?
just joking around.
Okay. And you guessed Odell Beckham Jr.
Would have been true.
Yeah.
It would have been true if it wasn't for turf.
And
Ban turf.
I agree, but T. Higgins got the most receiving yards. Most of that came on one reception that was offensive passive interference by him, face mask on Jaren Ramsey that got that. I think it was like one of the first plays, if not the first plays of the second half. For a long touchdown, it was like 75 plus. And so T. Higgins got the most receiving yards. We both guessed that wrong. For the most rushing yards, Joe Mixon got the most rushing yards. You were correct with Joe Mixon. I guess Cam Akers. I was way off. I knew it was going to be Joe Mixon. You know what? Shut the fuck up. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Cam Akers?
Bro, I was trying to pick up the biggest upsets, and I thought I was going to win off of the biggest upsets solely, but...
You were 4 points behind me. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but I said I wanted to blow you the fuck out of the water,
How'd that
and
work?
I needed to fucking pick underdogs,
How'd that
and
go?
it almost worked.
Almost.
I have no idea.
Even if Bengals won, you wouldn't have got it.
Shut the fuck... I don't know. I could have won it. But yeah, so that was the rushing. For the player who scored the first touchdown, you guessed C.J. Uzomah. I guessed Matthew Stafford. I was kind of correct. It was a Matthew Stafford threw the ball to
same team, yeah.
Same team. Matthew Stafford did, quote unquote, technically score the first touchdown because it was a passing.
No,
It was a passing
that's not
touchdown.
how it works.
Well,
That's not how scoring stats work.
well, it could have been rushing where I was completely wrong and he had nothing to do with it. But OBJ ended up getting the first.
I gave you, 2 points just because it was the same team.
No, thank you. But
That was all that it was.
but OBJ scored a receiving touchdown.
He did.
For the what occurs first: interception, fumble, safety, turnover on downs. Turnover on downs happened first. We were both wrong with that because we both guessed
It
interception.
would have been an interception if the Bengals weren't dumb.
I agree.
So I'm trying to remember.
Which team records the most sacks?
That was
This one is obvious,
So
like
obvious.
Rams. How many total field goals will be missed? I guessed 1. You guessed 0. You were correct with 0.
Those kickers, man.
Will there be a 2-point conversion made? You said yes. I said no. I was correct on that.
They disappointed me.
How many yards on the longest kick return? I was correct with 36 yards. You were wrong
No,
with
you
40
weren't
yards.
correct. You
Well,
were
I
just
mean,
closer.
yeah, closest with 36.
It was 17 yards. For the longest time, there was no kick return. All of the first half.
Yeah, you just kept saying, you were just like, there's not.
I was astonished.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they weren't scoring. They just kept kicking it through the end zone. I was like, wow. I'm going to try and see.
Yeah. And you won this round 59-25, but in the overall scheme of things, you won 216 to 178. So you won that, and
I won the postseason predictions challenge.
Ayo.
Let's go over it again. I correctly guessed all of the wildcard weekend matchups. In the divisional round, I guessed the AFC side did not get Packers or Bucks in the NFC Championship, which was kind of disappointing, but everyone has their days. The conference championships, I correctly guessed Rams because I knew they deserved it, and then I guessed Chiefs because I thought they deserved it, and then they failed. So there's that. And then I correctly guessed the Super Bowl. So how many matchups in total is that? That's 6.
I'm proud of you.
8. What is that? 8 out of what? Out of 10. 8 out of 10. 11 out of 12. 12 out of 13. So, wait, no. That doesn't make any sense.
Welcome
8 out of
to
10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 9 out of 12. Yeah, okay. 9 out of 12 10 out of 13.
I'm proud of you.
That's 10 out of 13.
You're letting stuff up, you know. I'm just proud because I made a little bit of a comeback, kind of, and you know I didn't really think that I was going to come back and almost win. Not almost win because like the Super Bowl was completely out of like the realm. You ended up blowing me in total, but I was at 4 points away from like beating you, in which I didn't even think to get to that point because at one point I was down. You were up. You had 105 points. I had 82 points. From that point, I didn't really think that I was going to come back, and you know, I'm just happy that I was 4 points away.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask you one important question.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the halftime show? Because I know that, you know, Tunes for Two and everything, you're musically inclined. I just wanted to know your thoughts and opinions.
Thanks, Caleb. The Super Bowl halftime show occurred this past Sunday, and here were my thoughts, opinions, observations, and queries. Number 1. There was Eminem. Why? Why was he there? Was it because Matthew Stafford was there and all of a sudden we're making home for all the abandoned Detroit people that deserve to be elsewhere? Is that why? It just didn't seem to make sense with the lineup. I feel like you had California and old school. I don't know. It's like, it didn't make sense to me. A better option would be Anderson .Paak, who was on drums but didn't get to sing at all. Now, I did like 50 Cent. 50 Cent's hanging upside down like a bat, paying homage to his old school music video, which absolute banger. And Snoop Dogg did good. He was seen on camera smoking a fat joint before going on. Like, he was inhaling. It was like an inhaler for him because he knew he couldn't whip that out in the middle of the Super Bowl halftime show. They're paying him too much not to do that, probably. So he was like, and then he was like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like an inhaler. It was crazy. Like, he just wouldn't let go. Anyways, he did a great job. Kendrick Lamar, though, stole the show, in my opinion. And I've asked some other people, and they agree. Because it just had the best choreography, best camera work. Arguably, he had the better music. But, you know, if you're more inclined to like the older stuff, then, you know, it's fair too. Dr. Dre just looks fabulous as always. You know, he's always just going to be there chilling on the little mixing board, literally doing nothing. But, you know, he's committed to the bit. I appreciate it. Mary J. Blige, I'm never going to turn down an opportunity to see her perform, no matter how old and how worn out her vocals are. So overall, it was a good performance. A lot of people are saying it's the best halftime show ever. I don't know about that. It was very good, though. I would say if you think it is the best halftime show ever, go watch Prince. My personal favorite is Black Eyed Peas.
Oh my god, I remember that.
That shit was banging.
Yeah, honestly.
Katy Perry. I mean, there's so many iconic moments from Katy Perry's.
Yeah.
Fucking Left Shark. We still hear that to this day.
Wait,
They'll never let it down.
What was the selfie kid? That wasn't Katy Perry, right? That was during the Eagles. The selfie kid when he like took a selfie with someone. Was that Lady Gaga? Who am I thinking of?
I don't think I watched that one.
Why the fuck didn't you watch the Eagles one? That was the most important one.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I just lived halfway across the world and had school the next day.
Oh wait, no, it was Justin Timberlake.
Waking up
it was
at
Justin
3
Timberlake.
a.m. and then falling asleep at 6 a.m. wasn't exactly appealing to me when I had school at 7 a.m. I mean, I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck. My opinion on it is I really like the stage. I'm ready to give my opinion after I reset the camera because
You don't have to give your opinion. They don't want.
You don't know how much I hate you, but I honestly agree with you. I really like the stage personally. It was probably one of my favorite stages. And I was going to bring up the Snoop Dogg like smoking up before his performance, but I'm not going to do that because he already did that. And what do you think about Eminem kneeling during the performance? Because he
knelt?
Yeah, he knelt.
I literally didn't notice that.
Really?
It was literally like not even important. Like, why would I notice?
I don't know. Because like I don't think it was filmed like on like television, because like I'm pretty sure the NFL was like, don't kneel, like don't, because like they don't want that like controversy. I don't know if that's true, if like the NFL actually told him not to kneel, if that was like
doubt they really brought it up. I don't know.
Because like how would they know unless he like brought up, unless if Eminem told them like he was going to kneel or whatever. And,
I mean,
like,
he could have just knelt when someone else was performing. Like, when did he do it? That's the thing. If it was in the middle of his own song and they cut away, then that is questionable.
Yeah.
But if it was like Kendrick Lamar is out there, like, why would you ever throw it on his ugly ass?
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I think it was like, I don't know.
I'm just roasting Eminem so much because like
he was the
he
only
just
white
has
guy.
so many questionable decisions nowadays. Like, I like his music and all, it's fine. Some of it is questionable as well, but him as a person is just like,
Yeah, I agree.
he's been making some questionable decisions. It's definitely adapted to current times. Like, I'll excuse you for saying homophobic slurs early 2000s when everyone else was, and that's just, that's how you grew up, whatever. But you're famous now. You probably live in LA. You just gotta learn. You gotta adapt, and you can't just, even if he's, the fact that he still uses it in songs is kind of crazy to me. But
I agree.
So I really, that's the main reason why I'm just like shitting on Eminem. But otherwise, like, I guess it makes sense. Like, he's a big name. That's why he's there. And him kneeling is interesting. I don't know if that really makes sense in the context. Like, obviously it's the NFL and all, but kneeling is mainly prominent during the American anthem.
Yeah,
What's
that
that
is
called?
true. National anthem.
The national anthem.
It
The way I'm like so not American. That makes sense when they're doing like that. Like, it's a pretty obvious, like, oh, there's the association. Like, yeah, that's what they're kneeling for. But when you're just doing it to the NFL, that kind of just looks petty.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even doing it for like a good reason. You're just doing it because, like, I don't know, just because to make a scene maybe. So like it almost like undermines the reasons why other players were even doing it in the first place. So that's why it's questionable to me why Eminem was doing it. But I don't know, it depends on when he did it as well.
Yeah. I think the timing was really off, because I don't think he did it during one of his songs. It was like during a different song. Because the only reason why I know of this is because people on like it was a TikTok thing.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was talking about it on TikTok. I'm like, I don't even remember him like kneeling in the first place. And another thing, I have a couple things to say just to wrap this up, and we can move on to the NFL awards. I thought you were going to burp. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to catch a Titus burp on the air. But okay. Another thing was that I was hearing a lot of complaints of people at the Super Bowl listening to it live. Like, it doesn't sound anything like it did on live TV.
Makes sense.
It was like awful. Like, it was all blown out. Like, you could barely hear anything. It was all muffled and stuff.
Which makes me believe that they hired some of the celebrities there to just dance around while it was happening, because no way LeBron James was that into that performance. If you see the video of him just like, I don't know, dancing around, and then people are saying that was all blown out and shit. Like, why would I believe that LeBron James was doing that if he wasn't getting paid?
Yeah, that is true. Unless
like
if
the NFL was.
Yeah. Unless if like the box seats had like more amplification or something.
Yeah, maybe they were like channeling some of the broadcast noise into it, since they're not exactly in like the main stadium with all the other speakers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that is a good point.
Because like all the footage that I saw was like right in front of the scene, or like one of the first rows.
Oh yeah, it's hard to like. It's difficult from like a sound design perspective to set up good like speakers for a halftime show for like that first row, because that is also the same field where in a matter of minutes you have to set up for the game. So it's not like you can get the best quality sound to the front row, because they're probably just hearing like the feedback speakers that the artists are using mainly from the stage, and like the dancers as well. So yeah, it's very difficult from like a technical or logistical point of view to like try to give the front row the best show for the halftime show when you have to pack up real quick and get out of there.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm sure if they invested more into it and used some of the money that they didn't pay the dancers with. They could have done it, but instead,
Yeah. So do you want to move on to the MVP awards? Or not MVP awards, just
the awards in general, yeah. So we only got one award correct. We guessed it this off season before any game started. We were like, okay, who's going to win these awards?
I may have lost the playoff thing, but at least I won the regular season score and the awards, the NFL honor awards, and I guess the only guess correct out of anyone.
Should have been me.
And no, shut the fuck up. But I guess TJ Watt as the defensive player of the year. We don't have to go over our guesses because we went over our guesses last podcast. But
instead of giving out my guesses, I'm gonna give out who should have won each award.
I like that better. Who do you think should have won each award?
All right, let's start with coach.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Vrabel. So he actually that was actually good. You know, they give it to the right guy on that one. Comeback player of the year should have been Dak. Dak Prescott. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Joe Burrow actually played through about half or most of his season, whereas Dak didn't play any of his previous season. It was a couple games maybe, and then he came back, took his team to the playoffs, and obviously Joe Burrow did a great job and all that. But when you consider the actual steps it takes to get through those injuries and the amount of time away Dak Prescott was away from the game in comparison to Joe Burrow, you just kind of have to give Dak Prescott more flowers for that aspect alone. Joe Burrow did a great job. I'm sure there was some playoff bias since Dak Prescott didn't win his game and all that. But I'm just saying, I would have given it to Dak. It was very close, the votes, actually. But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Reluctantly, Micah Parsons. There just wasn't really any other defensive rookie who was standing out. But Kwity Paye also, probably equally as deserving, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah,
why not?
you agree.
Yeah.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who did they end up giving it to? Jamar Chase.
Yeah. I think it was Jamar Chase.
I think it should have been my man Najee Harris.
Why so?
The things he did with a quarterback who's basically halfway out of the league, with the offensive line that he had, the fact that he was thrown out at wideout as a rookie early in the season. It's not like he gained the trust later in the season. It was early in the season. They're we're throwing you out wideout because we have no better players. I'm just saying the way he was able to get around all that adversity makes me think he should have gotten it. Obviously, Jamar Chase broke records. Cool, whatever. But he's also got Joe Burrow and a lot of other receivers around him who are able to take off, some serious double coverage. So that's all I'm trying to say, man. Defensive Player of the Year. Darius Leonard. No bias.
Sure, no bias.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You're a defensive player.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not, though, but sure.
I'm a quarterback.
You're not, though, but sure.
And you're coming at me.
Yeah.
What is the best case scenario?
For the quarterback or for...
For you.
I'm
You're coming
rushing.
at me, and I have the ball.
Best case scenario for
Best case scenario, what is it?
I force a fumble and score a touchdown.
Interesting. You saying forcing a fumble is a better case scenario than getting sacks.
Yeah.
I rest my case. Who led the league in forced fumbles?
Darius Leonard.
Who led the league in sacks?
TJ Watt.
And considering which one is valued more, who should you be given the award to for Defensive Player of the Year?
Darius Leonard.
Thank you.
I agree with you.
That's all from me, folks. Okay. Offensive Player of the Year.
Are you getting all fancied up? Wow. I'm proud of you, Titus. You're stepping up in this world.
Should have been Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry, Cooper. I'm sorry, Cooper Cup. It wasn't in the cards for you to get Offensive Player of the Year, despite record-breaking all the other things he did. I don't want to get too emotional, but Jonathan Taylor had Offensive Player of the Year, so it just wasn't in the cards for you to get Offensive Player of the Year, man. It should have been Jonathan Taylor. Because he just was a more diverse threat. When we're talking about receiving and rushing, he had the most all-purpose yards. Obviously, you did great in your receiving, but you didn't have both cases going for you. But he still did so good, which is why you should have gotten MVP instead. Fuck quarterbacks. Should have been Cooper Kupp MVP.
All right,
go.
Wait, when was the last non-QB to win MVP?
Too long ago.
I'm wanting to look that up.
Aaron Donald should have gotten it at some point.
Wait.
And now he's probably going to retire because he didn't give him his flowers. And then he should have gotten Super Bowl MVP. But instead you gave an offensive player, again, the fucking flowers. At least it wasn't a quarterback.
I looked it up.
This man can't catch a break.
So, the last time that a non-quarterback who won MVP was, I'm trying to look. It's going to take me a little bit because of the list. Adrian Peterson was the last time a non-QB won at league MVP, and that was in
So someone who's still playing.
Yeah, 20.
Barely.
Barely. Like, he's fucking practice squad, jumping from team to team.
Hey, he replaced Derrick Henry. I think that's pretty good. Okay.
So it's been a decade since a non-QB won MVP. That's fucking insane. I fucking hate this league. That pretty much covers that. Last thing I want to go over, because after we recorded the podcast last week, you found and saved some Twitter stuff of
shit
NFL stuff. I
haven't been keeping up with that, but I can go back and look at some of the shit I have found over time. Should I scroll all the way to the bottom?
Yeah. Of last week. Did we film on Wednesday?
No, not of last week.
Last week? What do you mean?
I'm not going back to last week. I'm going all the way back.
Why all the way back? I just want
the beginning of the season.
Why?
Season in review. It's the last episode.
All right, cool. I just didn't know how long you wanted this podcast to be.
How long are we at now?
We're at 43 minutes.
Still we have time.
I still gotta edit this, man. It's 11 p.m.
Shit. Sucks for you.
Shut the fuck up. I fucking hate you, little bitch. I just fucking drank.
I went back to this one article from Stephen Holder. He's a Indianapolis Colts reporter for The Athletic. And in December of 2020, he was looking at film review and was saying, hey, Jonathan Taylor's been getting outstanding in terms of yards after contact. He's getting better. And then a year later, look how far he's come, man.
Wow.
Ah, man. Did you know that George Kittle grew up a Bears fan?
I did not know that.
He really loves him. So next, I need to find the beginning of the season.
Have you found it yet? I'm
okay,
honest.
You chill out.
I'm doing the same thing, but on my Instagram, because I don't fucking use Twitter like that. You fucking bitch.
That's facts, bro.
Shut the fuck up! Like, you're the most annoying. Like, fucking like. Just get out of my life already. Do you know that Boston Scott is a professional gamer?
Really?
He plays Rocket League, but professionally.
No, he doesn't.
No, like, honestly.
He doesn't deserve to. He already makes
No, but, like, I think he's one of the first people to play, like, professional gaming and, like, NFL.
Bro, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Fucking go find your first...
People playing GTA IRL all the time.
Are you actually going all the way back to, like, the fucking beginning of the season?
People playing GTA in real life,
dude. Go back to Henry Ruggs.
So bad. Anyways, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, we don't like that.
When you're a Colts fan and you die, the last thing you hear is Chris Ballard saying, look, he's got a foot thing. We're monitoring it. And then you go into the light wondering which player he was even talking about. So basically, at the beginning of the season, a lot of Colts players had foot injuries. And the thing they kept asking with the GM was like, yo, what's up? And Chris Ballard said, look, he's got a foot thing. We're monitoring it. And just didn't give anything else definitive. Darius Leonard, on his fellow teammate, Jonathan Taylor, he's putting the league on notice that he's a bad man.
A bad man.
It's true. Here's a ridiculously smart play by Michael Pittman. Here's something he did, okay? He was getting guarded by cornerback over here. And he kept running his route, even though he knew Carson Wentz was actually scrambling for more yards, but Michael Pittman was still like, oh, I'm gonna get it, so that the cornerback would think that Carson Wentz was throwing it, and that the cornerback wouldn't be able to come make a play and get the tackle. Michael Pittman tricked him. So stop saying that he's not a number one wide receiver. He's just the only receiver on their team, and that's why you guys are haters. Kyler Murray scrubbed all Arizona Cardinals references and photos from his Instagram. This was recent. All you can really see now is a Pro Bowl photo and an Oklahoma photo. And there's been a lot of other stuff that's come up ever since.
Like what?
I'm glad you... Apparently, he thinks that he's being considered the scapegoat, considers himself the scapegoat in Arizona for why they lost, and refused to go back in the game against Seattle. Not Seattle. What was the team they played against? Rams?
Yeah,
49ers? Whatever.
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest.
In the fourth quarter of their playoff game, they were down bad, and Kyler Murray was like, I don't even want to play this out.
Yeah.
It was basically over, but...
Was it the Lions? Question.
No, in the playoffs.
Oh, in the playoffs.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, now he's probably trying to get out of Cardinals. And the NFL now has NFTs. So, yeah.
I absolutely hate
those
it.
are my bookmarks.
Yeah. Did you actually go to all the way to the beginning of the thing?
I did. It's not like I bookmarked all that tweets, man.
Dude, that made me think of like all of the stuff that I like bookmarked on Instagram. I did not realize how much NFL content that I have. Like I've been, as you were talking,
always sending me NFL content. So
I
believe it.
I've been scrolling constantly since the beginning that you were talking,
Mm-hmm.
and I've only reached Joe Burrow at Christmas time. That's how many bookmarks I've saved, and it's just been Rams content, Bengals content, some Eagles content, ridiculous stats. Like I just didn't realize how much like I actually saved, which was pretty incredible.
I think it is pretty incredible too, man.
But I think I bookmark it solely just to talk on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I always forget to go on my bookmarks on Instagram, and I just haven't talked about anything that I bookmarked, which is kind of a shame because there's a lot of content or documentation that I would have liked to recorded. But I mean, it's still on Instagram, so it can be still find, and maybe
Yeah,
one day
be found.
found. Shut the fuck up. I'm too tired for this shit, but it can still be found, so it's not like it's lost forever. And yeah, so do you have anything else to say? Any last comments, or should we wrap it up here?
I have nothing else left to say.
Ayo, so are we wrapping this shit up?
Sure.
So that is our recap of the season. That was an exciting season.
I'm gonna miss it.
Me too. Look forward next week. I'm going to be interviewing a couple people, special guests to recap the Eagles season. So stay in tune for that.
I may never be back on this podcast ever again. So
At least until April when the NFL draft comes around.
we may talk about some free agency as well once that opens up.
Maybe we'll get drunk and talk about some of our feelings.
I love a therapy session.
Therapy session with Titus. And you may see him on Kids with the Forced Parents.
I'm going to be on Kids with Divorced Parents?
Yes, sir.
You guys need to watch that. If
Yes,
you're an NFL fan, you're not going to find any of that over there.
I agree. All right.
That should be your tagline.
Yes. That's going to be our new tagline. All right. Bye. Bye, Babello bitches.
See you guys. Wrap it up, dude. Wrap it up. I'm waiting. Thank God.
It's done recording. I turned off the camera.
Thank God. What a great episode. We were just on top of it, dude.